Hello, good afternoon, good people of Periscope. I'm going to give people some chance to... Oh, wow. Hey, Ronisha. Hey, my Cherie Amore. I haven't seen you in forever. Good morning. I mean, not morning. What is it? Afternoon. Good afternoon. And I was going to start off talking about how cold it is out here. Hey. It's about how cold it is out here, but I don't want to be insensitive to people who are up north and on the East Coast, because I know you guys are going through it right now with the cold. Hello. And I'm just jumping on to do a quick business scope. Hey, Sapphire Moon. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's been a while since I did a Mobile Chicks chat, so giving people some time to come in. If you're interested in business entrepreneurship talk, that's fine. You're in Louisiana also, then you don't have to worry about that then. Yeah, right, it's cold. Ooh, no, but people watch the replay. So anyway, yeah, it's chilly out here too. I think it's about 60. I mean, that's 60. I wish it was 60s. I think it was about 52 right now. I don't know. Hey. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about business. This is for, anybody who's an entrepreneur, a business owner, interested in business ownership, all that good stuff. Just really want to share some tips and kind of some musings today. There's a lot of stuff on my mind. I had promised my people that I would come back with some more Mobile Chicks chat this year. I've been kind of on hiatus from it. But yeah, a couple of things going on that kind of made me say, you know what, it's been a while. Let me talk to my people. Let's kind of put some stuff out there about business ownership. For those who are watching the replay, thank you for tuning in. Those of you who are live, thank you for tuning in. And those who don't know, I'm Adrienne Graham. I'm the CEO and founder of Empower Me Corporation. It's a business growth strategies. Hey, Michelle. It's a business growth strategies consulting firm. Michelle, if your daughter's around, she might want to come on and check this out. I'm going to be doing some business tips and some business musings, entrepreneurship and things like that. So no jokes today. Well, you never know with me. I may, get in the mood to crack a joke or two, but it's mostly, business talk today. So I'm Adrienne Graham, CEO and founder of Empower Me Corporation, you already know. Also am the founder of CurvyGirlCloset.com. That is an e-commerce and community site for plus-size women who like to shop, swap, and consign their clothes and make money as well. And you guys know from last week when I did one thing is so uneven. The last week when I did the broadcast about my sisters and I doing Busy's Place LLC, and that is another one. Yeah, let her watch the replay. She'll enjoy some of the tips that I share in the replay. I usually give a lot of tips to newbies and new entrepreneurs and startups and things like that. I am a mentor to startup companies, startup tech companies in the e-commerce space through a program called Straight Shot Accelerator. That's in Omaha, Nebraska. And Mark, if you're watching, I know you guys are covered in snow right now, so I'm sorry. Kind of shivering a little bit because it's a little bit cold out here in Central Florida. Don't get mad. Don't throw tomatoes at me or oranges or whatever. Got my sweater on. It's kind of cold out here. But, yeah, so, I mentor entrepreneurship. I had a radio show for 6 years that talked about, small business ownership and entrepreneurship and wealth building and things like that. That was on blogtalkradio.com, and that show was called Views from the Top. I am no longer doing it live. I'm bringing it back, though. I had such a demand to bring it back. Haven't sing outside. Forgive the noise, y'all. Haven't broadcasted that show in about almost a year. But it's time to come back. There's a lot of stuff out there. And my thing is, I want you guys, new entrepreneurs, veteran entrepreneurs, startups, all of that, to get the right information. There's a lot of chatter out on the internet and how to make money, how to buy businesses, how to make $1 million sitting on the beach. All that is nonsense. It's bullcrap, okay? I did not get where I am by reading I did read books, but taking a bunch of coaching programs or watching free videos and things like that. No, I had mentors, dedicated mentors. I had paid consultants. I did my education. I went to school. I took classes. I networked my butt off. That is the number one key you have to learn when you're in any kind of business, is network your butt off. It's all in who you know. There's a lot of truth to that. And the one constant, and this is something, and I'm going to pull from a conversation, it's a personal conversation that I had a couple of days ago with someone who says, oh, I want to learn how to, start a business online and make a lot of money like I see how those people are doing. That's not how it works, and when people tell you that you can start a business for free, Really, technically, no, you can't, because there are expenses to starting a business. You have to get your licenses depending on what you're doing. You have to get your legal setup, whether it's LLC or incorporated or partnership. You still have papers to file and state fees to file. You have to get your website, your domain name. Yeah, there are coupons and, free discounts and all this other stuff you can get, but it's an investment. It's an investment. There is no business out there that you can start for free. And I get so tired of hearing people tell people that I had no money, I had nothing, and I started. Listen, when I started out, my first company, it was a recruitment firm. It was in 1994, and it was in New York City. I lived in New York, and literally I had the phone books from the 5 boroughs, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island, hand to the man. And I had not a computer, I had a word processor. You have to spend money to make money. You absolutely do. And that becomes a perplexing thing for people, because it's like that chicken egg thing for people. It's like, well, I don't have any money, so how do I start a business? Well, I want to start a business, but I don't have any money. And you get in this cycle, and then you talk yourself into believing you could never do it. Well, the difference between then and today is that the playing field has been leveled. Still not free, but low cost. It's a lower barrier to entry with entrepreneurship today. The internet has exploded and has made tools available for people that you would never imagine before. I didn't have the internet back in 1994. Wait, I'm lying. We had a family computer, and I had AOL dial-up. That's what we had. And I did some little piecework website that I patched together that it was horrible. Oh, God. If I go, there's a site called... Wayback or something, wayback.org or whatever it is. Yeah, you see what I mean? My shirt. It was, every page was a different color, and the music, and it was horrible. But my point in sharing that is, I didn't have the resources. I was a single mom at that time. My son was 2. Hey, Latrice. My son was 2 years old when I started, and I didn't have the same resources that the big companies had. So I had to use the biggest resource that I had at my arsenal. It was, AOL is serious. AOL dial-up was the thing back then. I'm telling you. What I had to use, my biggest resource, right here, my common sense. Okay? I'm sorry, guys, if my connection is jacked up. Sapphire Moon, I know that you're coming in and out. If you guys are okay with the connection, press 1 to let me know. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. This is cold out here. Okay? Everybody else? A little choppy. I'm sorry about that, but I'll do what I can. Yeah, I'm gonna make this as quick as I can. My sisters are inside. They're about to head to the airport in about an hour, so that gives me time to, I already saw them. They good. I'll see them before they get on there. 1 for now. Okay, and then of course you guys can catch the replay. So I had to use my brain, and I had that little word processor. And the first client that I booked, I'm not even gonna talk about the what is it called? The toads or frogs I had to kiss along the way to get a client. But I dug down deep, and I used my resources. I used my brain. I used people that I knew and called them for information. I used those phone books to get resources, Hey, Coco, thanks for joining. And, I just made it happen. And when I got my first client, what I got was a MacBook. That's what I got. I don't remember what version it was. This was 1995. Yeah, 95 when I got it. I had my telephone. I had a cell phone at the time, because back then, remember, cell phones were real expensive. Like, you had to use your minutes carefully because your bill would be astronomical. So I used my cell phone only when I needed to, and I used my house phone as my business line, which I don't recommend today. I don't even think people still have house phones. But anyway, and I made sure that I got on the phone, and I dialed, and I called, and I called, and I called until I started getting clients. So when I got my first major client, I bought myself a MacBook. And then I was like, oh, I'm smoking now. Got it now. I can do this. And that's when I decided, let me design a website for my company. And then that, in 1995, 1996, those times, big companies they didn't care about websites because they had the big names. So you didn't really see them online. The small companies had to really use whatever was there. And I'm going to take you further back. Who was it? Sapphire Moon, I think, or My Sherry and More. Remember IRC chat? That's before Skype. and before instant messenger and all of that stuff. So all of us small business in the community, see, you know what I'm talking about. All of us in the small business community, we had to use what was there. We didn't have all of, I tell people now, when people complain about not being able to start a business today, in 2016, in hell, the last 10 years, I look at them sideways because it's like, dude, if you have a cell phone, a laptop, and a working car, you can start any business that you want to. The internet, access to the internet, you don't even have to have access to the internet. There's Starbucks, there's what? Thank you, side-eye, Wi-Fi. You can go to the library to use your laptop or whatever it is. So when people claim they don't have money or they can't do this or they can't do that, don't chalk it up to not having money. Chalk it up to you not using this. Now, every idea that I have does not work. I have failed very publicly in the past. Hey, Dorothy, thanks for joining. Good. Thank you, my Sherry Moore. I'll just call you mine. But, you know, you have to, when people put on a sob stories, I'm good. Thank you, Dorothy. How are you? I'm sorry about the traffic, guys. You know, I sit out here. But I think about when people start complaining and whining about what they can't do, what they don't have, or whatever. You know, there's even beyond the internet, you know, still technology driven, but you have Uber, you have Lyft. You can use those to take, if you have a car that's in working order that's 2005 or better, and you have insurance on your car, you can make money doing those. Okay, you're not going to get rich, but you're going to get some money, some seed money. Even if you have a 9-to-5. Right? And you want to start that business of yours. You want to start your dream business. Now, my expertise, my forte, usually I reserve startup advice for the people that I mentor, but I can share this with you guys on Periscope. I don't mind that. It doesn't, you know, I usually work with veterans, like my paid consulting clients and things like that, people who have been in business a couple of years. But absolutely, you know what, Sapphire, I detest the term side hustle. I have a very, very dear friend. Her name is Andrea Amir. Look her up. Her company is Smart Money Chicks. She's based in Vegas. She used to be in Atlanta. And she came up with a book, an ebook. I think it's a free ebook, or she might charge. It's not that high cost of an ebook about how to successfully start a side hustle to make some extra money. And it's a very good book. So, and I've recommended a lot of people to it. No, I don't get kickbacks, but you know, she's very good. SmartMoneyChicks.com is her website. And you know, if you're working a job, hi. If you're working, you have Sapphire, she's such a wonderful lady. I love Andrea Amir. If you reach out to her, tell her Adrian said hello. Matter of fact, I have to call her. So anyway, you know, if you're working a job and you want to do your business, there are plenty of people that I've counseled over the years who were at a 9-to-5 or 8-to-4 or 12-to-6 or whatever it is and started their business. There's one young lady who I'm so proud of her. She and I met online, I believe, and she was working a 9-to-5. Fast forward to today, she was a makeup artist. She has launched her own service teaching other makeup artists how to perfect their craft. And she has like a school, basically a virtual school and an online school, an on-site school in Atlanta, and she does these classes to teach makeup artistry. And I've seen some of her students' work. It's so impressive. She does really good work. But she didn't stop there. She did not stop there. I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she wants me to put it out there, but whatever, you know, if she does, that's fine. I could come back. But she didn't stop there. She still does makeup, you know. She also opened up last year her own thrift boutique. Okay? She took a passion. I have this secret I'm going to share with you guys. I am a consignment shop, thrift shop junkie. That's what I do. That's what I do on my free time. I haven't done it in a while because I've made a pact, and like my sister's inside, she's a shopaholic. We made a pact in 2016. We were not going to shop. I don't do it anymore. I don't. It gives me the shakes, but I still don't do it because it's like I want to save my money. You know, I don't want to do that. But what she used to do, we used to laugh about this and everything on Facebook and everything. She would go thrifting. And she can find any fabulous fierce outfit for under, $50 or whatever. I'm talking head to toe, from hat to clothes to shoes, accessories, $50 in thrifting. Well, she's taken that art and she turned around and opened up a thrift boutique, her and a friend of hers. You know, and then the third piece of that component, because I'll tell you, she didn't stop. Like Puffy said, I thought I told you that we won't stop. She don't stop. She also she's a landlord. She's renting out, you know, a house. She has real estate. So there are other ways that you can do. Oh, and I forgot to mention, she has a Atlanta Women Entrepreneurs. It's AWE is the name of her thing. Growth, exactly. She has this network, membership network that she has. She's building, and it's in Atlanta, and she has it online. I think there is a Facebook page for it, Atlanta AWE or Atlanta Women Entrepreneurs, I believe it's called. So I share that to say that, you know, we have so many tools at our arsenal. You know how to cook. Get out there and hustle making meals for people. There are people out there that are busy professionals that don't have time to get in the kitchen and don't want to cook. You can charge for that. There are people who don't want to do their own grocery shopping. You can charge for that. There are people who don't want to, who need help writing their resumes or need help researching papers, or, I mean, there's any number of things. People who need their hair done or whatever. Get out there and offer. If you're good at it, get out there and offer your services. If you have stuff laying around, if you had a baby 8 years ago and you still holding on to those baby clothes for sentimental reasons and you need money, eBay, Craigslist, on the internet, set up a website, your own shop. You can, if you do WordPress, and this is a tip, I want you guys, if you don't know, then write this down. If you do know, then just bear with me. You can register your domain if you go and look hard enough for as little as $15 a year. Not a lot of money. It's $1 and change per year, per month. Register your domain. You download WordPress.org. You download the WordPress platform, and then you just pay for whatever theme or use one of the free things. I don't recommend the free things because they're kind of clunky. They're ugly to me. They're plain. I love customized themes. Even if you don't have the design skills, it's drop and load. You can pay somebody $50 to customize it for you, or you can turn around and tinker with it yourself. There's a book that says WordPress in 10 minutes or less. I can't remember, somebody or other. I can't remember the person. But it literally shows you how to do it in 10 minutes or less. And you can set up a shop. There's WooCommerce. It's a plugin that gives you a fully automated. You can integrate Simple Commerce, or you can integrate PayPal or whatever to accept payments online. So if you have some stuff you don't want to get on eBay, you want to avoid the fees, set up your own website on your own domain. You know, there are so many things that you can do. There's Shopify if you don't want to do your own site. So go through that closet and find those clothes that are gently used, or you have never used, or you know still have tags on them. You know, how do you think I came up with Curvy Girl Closet? You know, and it was not just for me, but for other plus size women who were complaining that there were really no places like to go thrifting or consignment or anything for women over size 14. You know, and thus the idea was born, and I came up with Curvy Girl Closet. So, you know, things happen out of necessity. So I get very offended when I see people complain that they're stuck in a rock, you know, between a rock and a hard place. And I understand things happen, but we live in a world where there are a lot of level playing fields now. There are a lot of things that you can do now, and I don't recommend this, but you can even start your business before incorporating. Here's the thing about incorporation, for those who don't know, for those of you who do know, bear with me. Incorporation saves you, protects you, kind of. You know what? God just put it on my spirit. Let's go there. Let's go there. I wasn't going to go there. We're going to go there. So when you protect yourself, you protect your company, the premise is that if you incorporate LLC, that you're untouchable, you're bulletproof. Well, that's almost true. Because when you incorporate and all that good stuff, it's still in your name. You still own the company. You may have shareholders and say, hey, well, I have, you know, voting stock or whatever, being a corporation. But the true way to protect yourself, and if you don't know this, please write this down. I'll give you a minute. Get a pen. A trust. Any attorney worth their salt will sit down. These people are so rude with their cars. Any attorney worth their salt will sit down with you and talk to you about a trust. In real estate, it's called a land trust. In real estate in Florida, it's called a land trust. It's called something different in every state from what I understand. But when you put your stuff in a trust, and hear me when I say this, when you set up a trust, you can put your business in a trust, you can put your property, your house, your land, your real estate in a trust. You can put your retirement accounts in a trust. You can put your investments in a trust. The only things you really can't, like if you have collectibles like art, you cannot put that in a trust in Florida. I don't know about every other state, so check your state. You can't put like rare books and coins and things like that. You can't put that in a trust. And you can't put your car in a trust. Now you could purchase a car under your business and have it under your business and have your business in a trust. So let me break down what the trust is for. Hey, Sapphire Moon again. I'm so sorry. So with the trust, it protects you, because let's say you have a rental property, okay? And let's say you had a tenant, and said tenant said, I'm an entrepreneur. I want to go ahead and do this as a Airbnb. Side note, only the owner of a property can do Airbnb. If you're renting a property, you don't have permission to put your property out as vacation property for Airbnb or vacations by us or whatever the heck it is. So let's say, back to your tenant, your sweet tenant that never gives you problems, that pays you money every single month on time. You get your check, the property's well maintained, and this person decides, you know what? I'm running short on some money. I need to pay tuition for my child. Let me rent out my space for Airbnb for weekend. Weekend people, weekend want to get away for a weekend. And let's say they destroyed that property and somebody gets hurt. Well, guess who they're coming back to sue? Not the person from the Airbnb, not the person who rented the property to them. They're going to sue you because you own the property. So what is their attorney going to do? Their attorney is going to go through the records, the local county register, courthouse, whatever it is in your state. They're going to look it up. Oh, Tanya Smith owns this property. Guess what? Tanya Smith is going to get a visit from that person's attorney. And Tanya Smith is going to be sued. And Tanya Smith could possibly lose her home in a settlement. So that is the purpose of having a trust. Backing up a little bit. When you have a business, served and sued. Thank you, Sapphire Moon. Served and sued. And you don't know what's going on. You mind your business. Right, see? That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful with stuff. So when you have a business, when you have property, when you have investments, make sure you cover yourself fully. I call it double protection. Get your LLC or your incorporation for your company, and then put that sucker in a trust. That is the only way you protect yourself, because when you have a trust, you're not the beneficiary of the trust. Yeah, you're the owner of it, but you have somebody that's like, think of it like guardianship. You have a trustee, and yeah, exactly. You have to have your home in a trust. And, you have somebody that's representing that for you. So if the attorney is coming looking to sue someone, they're coming to that trust name. Doesn't mean they'll get anything. Doesn't mean they'll find anything. Because guess what? They'll find that trustee. I never remember which one it is. They'll find that person, but that person's not authorized to share anything that's in that trust. They can't tell anybody what's in it. That's private. That's off the radar. That's not public record of what's inside that trust. So you're protecting yourself and you're protecting your assets that way. And a lot of people don't understand that. And it's like, out here, I think there's a service that you can do a trust for like $500 or something, and people will say, I'm not paying $500 for a trust. For what? No, I want to be in control of my stuff. Listen, you ever see the story about the guy that's a millionaire riding around in the Ford, what is it, the F-150 pickup truck with the ripped jeans and boots or sneakers or Timbs or whatever, and they look very modest? Those are the rich ones. Why? Because they don't have a big old sign on their chest saying, I have $40 million in my bank account. They have everything in a trust. So think about that when you're starting your business. And these are things they claim social services after our home, but our home is in the trust, so it should be. Okay. If it's in a trust, then you should be. I'm not an attorney. Ooh, let me put that out there. Ooh, I'm not an attorney qualified to give any advice. I'm just telling you guys what to check into and what to look into and speak to an attorney for anything. But you should, based on my understanding, you should be okay. But talk to an attorney just to make sure that you have yourself covered. But I share all this with you guys because a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is just about, throwing up my shingles, setting up a business, giving my services, doing my products, whatever. And they don't think about covering themselves. They don't think about the long term. They don't think about the ramifications of after. Because let me explain this to you guys. And I know this all too well because I've had somebody come after me way back about some trivial stuff about an event I had to cancel. And everybody was refunded and everything, but she didn't like the pace at which it was going. I had an event, I had to cancel it because it was during 9/11. And I had to cancel it, and all of a sudden, it was like, well, I need my money first. I need my money now, and I can't afford but you shouldn't have put your, pay for your ticket. I refunded everybody. I had to pay my vendors first because I didn't want to get sued by my vendors, and I needed them for when I do another thing. And then the people who were registered attendees were second on the list. And she went and reported me to the Better Business Bureau. She complained, she threatened to sue me, she tried to drag my name through the mud, and didn't work because everybody knew what time it was or whatever. And I responded to the Better Business, and they closed the case. It was like, and not only did I pay her back, I made sure that I took a copy of the advice slip, the payment slip that I sent to her, and paid her back. So I share that because when you become at a certain level with your business, now you may be just beginning out right now, just starting out or whatever, and you may say, oh, well, I'm little, I'm making $150,000, $200,000, $500,000 a year, whatever. But when they say new level, new devil, yeah, paper trail, you have to have a paper trail. When they say new level, new devil, those are the truest words ever spoken. And when you cross, I guarantee it. I guarantee. And when you get to that point, I want you to come back to me and tell me you were right. When you get to that point where you cross $1 million in revenue, automatic target on your back. And the more money you make, the bigger the target is. You see so many people getting sued these days because it's so much easier to sue someone than to resolve a problem. That is a problem you have when you yes, wow. It is the more money your business makes, the bigger target that's on your back. That is why it's important that even if you start your business with $100, even if you have minimal inventory, even if you just started last week, get to an attorney. An attorney is the best investment you could ever make. 2 lawsuits on your back. Oh God, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. I haven't had lawsuits, but I'm praying for you because you never know when it'll happen. And the more you out there, and then the thing about it is social media makes you that much more vulnerable. I come out here, you guys don't see me coming on Periscope to sell, Yeah, I have things that I do offer and things that cost money, and I'm like, you can talk to me offline about that or whatever. But you don't see me coming on here saying, hey, buy my book, hey, buy this course, hey, buy this, hey, buy that. No, I talk about business opportunities that we have. It's not for everybody. But when you come on and you start talking about, I can make you $1 millionaire, I can make you $1 million, I did it for myself, I make $3 million in my sleep, and it's like people are sitting there like, taking notes, and let them purchase something of yours and let something go not exactly the way that they planned. Automatically, what did you say earlier? Served and sued. There you go. Yeah, take notes, honey. They take notes. Everything can be used against you. Everything. Even if it's well intended. Even if it's something that you're doing from the heart, everything will be turned around and using. And this is not a doom and gloom Periscope. I don't want y'all to believe that this is a doom and gloom scope, because it really is not. It's that everybody glamorizes entrepreneurship and small business ownership, and they make people think that, oh, you can do this, you can do, oh, you're covered, you're this, you're this. They don't look at the fine print. Listen, real talk, and forgive me for swearing, on a Sunday, on the Lord's Day, I bust my ass over the years to build what I have. Okay? We're talking 22 years in the game. So I've learned by a lot of trial and error. I have succeeded. I have failed. Yes, it can be very ugly. I've succeeded again. I failed again. I have been through it all. Ups and downs. Up to and including almost losing my house. I did have a car repossessed once. So I had, when 9/11 hit, awareness, that's right, exactly. You have to cover yourself. And that's why I cover myself by saying I am not a tax person, I'm not an accountant, I am not an attorney. So always go and get your advice from good counsel, from your counsel, before you implement or try anything. So I always have to put that disclaimer out there. But when 9/11 hit, I had a lot of things. I had this event where I had all these major vendors. And because they were committed and they've already paid their money to come out to Atlanta to the event and everything, when 9/11 hit, they pulled everything. Everybody pulled because of security concerns. So that wasn't something under my control, you know. Now, some of my failures, yes, it have been under my control. I look at it like this. When you run into a brick wall, you have to decide right then and there, how am I going to get through this brick wall? Am I going to fight and hustle and make it work? Or I'm going to sit there on the floor balled up in a fetal position and cry because I can't get through it? No, you have to hustle. I'm born and raised in New York. I'm a Bronx girl, and I know you guys see me post that all the time. I'm a Bronx chick. So in New York, you have no choice but to hustle. My parents always worked. You know, they didn't. Failures or lessons, yeah. You know, I'm gonna touch on that in a minute, Sapphire Moon, because I didn't always think that. I was sensitive. But anywho, but my parents came from, they weren't entrepreneurs. They worked their behinds off, you know. My mother, at some points, 2 jobs at one time. My father always worked, you know. And my grandparents were entrepreneurs, but I wasn't. I mean, well, they weren't, but my grandparents were. I didn't know my grandparents. Only one grandfather. And I think that's where I got it from. I think it skips a generation. But, Sapphire, I'm going to put that back up there again. What did I say? Failure. Okay, never mind. Okay, failures is lessons. I was that kid in school, right? All my cousins, my older cousins, used to tease me because I was a smart one. And, oh, you're such a smart ass, and you think you know everything. And I was in the gifted classes. I was that chick growing up, okay? So, for me, failure was not an option. You know, my parents were so stringent about, right, so you get it, you know, my parents were strict. My mother, punishment for us, it wasn't a beating. Now, she'd beat your butt, but that wasn't the punishment. My mother would go, if I did something wrong, she would go to the store and get workbooks, remember those big old Macmillan dictionaries? We would have to write papers and stuff. I mean, for real. My parents they were no joke when it came to education. So punishment also included doing workbooks and all those other things. So when I got older, it was like I aced everything. I could always write. I always had a gift. I was smart. So when I got into the real world and experienced my first failure, when I tell you I almost had a catastrophic meltdown because I was like, no, I don't fail. No. Me? Fail? What? Nuh-uh. And it would be the hardest thing for me. I would just have a meltdown because I wasn't equipped to handle failure because my parents always expected excellence. That's not a bad thing because I was the same with my son. I expected excellence with him. But it wasn't until, I would say, 30, maybe 30 I was, when it finally became learning lessons for me that failure wasn't permanent. That's what I learned. And that failure also meant not this way, not right now, not with these people, not because you're ready. That's what I had to learn when I failed. And I failed publicly. I failed hard, man. It was like people are so afraid of failure. And they're like, failure is not an option. Failure's not, and I used to use that same line. Failure is not an option. How would you learn to grow if you don't fail? You know, I failed at many things. I've had companies that didn't make it past a year. You know, most businesses failing forward. I have that book. You have to get comfortable with failing. Now, hear me when I say it's not a matter of, right, you've never known success if you've never failed. It's not a matter of, oh, I failed, so people are going to look at me wrong. They're gonna talk bad about me or whatever. It's in how you handle your humility with the failure. I'll give you an example. There was a company called Zirtuals. Heck, yeah, they failed. That's why they're millionaires today, because they learned their lessons. There's something, a friend of mine said to me one day, I was frustrated. This was like maybe 15 years ago. I said, you know what? I'm getting tired of falling into the same thing. Why can't I get this right? Why am I failing? She said, because obviously God feels you have not learned the lesson yet. When you've learned that lesson, you'll be released from this, whatever this trial is, and you'll move on to that next level. And she was like, trust me, for all what you're going through, there's something huge on the horizon for you. And I used to look at her like, child, please. There ain't nothing huge for me on the horizon. She was like, I'm telling you, mark my word. And when I started thinking about that and really, really like motivating myself to meditate on that and really, really do that, coupled with prayer, it was like that aha. It's like, okay, stupid, you're doing the same things over and over. Must be Ramita play. No, you know what? I thought the same thing. You know what? You just have to, if you have an open mind and an open heart to something and you open yourself up to criticism, now, constructive criticism. Because, like, I don't believe in taking child rearing advice from someone who has no children or has no experience with children. Because you have an ED or whatever behind your name, that doesn't mean that you're a good parent. You know, and hell, even some parents don't know how to parent, you know. No, it's all about learning. Well, you know what? People learn in their own ways and in their own methods. And maybe, okay, Sapphire, let's put it like this. Hear me out for a second. Instead of looking at it in terms of the way you're learning, like it's not sticking with you, maybe it's the people who are around you. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn. There are friends of mine I adore and I love from back in the day, but I can't bring them with me on my journey. I can't bring them because we can't have the same conversations. We're not on the same field. We're just not. And that's not a slight. I love them dearly. But some people, they're not going to ever understand. That includes family members. That includes friends. And if you don't surround yourself with people who understand what you're trying to achieve, not what you're going through. Because if they understand what you're trying to achieve, they've already been through what you've gone through. I firmly believe in that. But if they understand where you're trying to go because they've been there and they can guide you, those lessons will stick with you a lot better. I guarantee you that. That's the only thing on this scope that I will tell you 100% that I will say, I don't need an attorney to say that. Many friends. Yeah. And you know what? It doesn't even mean, losing a friend doesn't mean falling out and never speaking to them again. Is that your priorities shift? It's like when you have that group of girlfriends that you hung out with in high school, right? And y'all went to the clubs together, you went to parties together, you did everything together, you were going to college together, joined a sorority together, all that good stuff. The minute one person has a baby, the playing field changes. Because me as a mother, I no longer can do the same things that you guys do that don't have children. You see what I'm saying? Exactly. You outgrow or gets married, because then it becomes, well, girl, you don't have to listen to your husband. You can come out and listen to that. No, it's not about that. People's dynamics change, their priorities change. Doesn't mean I don't love you. And I had a friend. You guys know I lost my best friend, my sister. I lost her a few weeks ago. But I had another friend that was a best friend since kindergarten. Okay, I'm talking always at each other's houses. We lived in the same building, up and down the stairs to each other's houses. I love her dearly. We fell out over foolishness, and she's so stuck. She's stuck in where she used to be, and she doesn't want to see another name. Pink calls it love it from a distance. Thank you. There you go. There you go. Tweetable moment right there. Love them from a distance. You know, we fell out. Graduated from college, they would no longer talk to me. That's okay. Because you know what? Your real friends will understand what you're trying to achieve and accomplish, and they'll be for you no matter what. You know, even if it's from a distance. My friend Sarah, the one that passed away, we can go months. We used to, it's hard to talk about her in the past tense. I'm sorry, y'all. We would go months without talking. Pick up the phone. What you doing, Heifer? What's going on? You know, and she wasn't an entrepreneur, but she got me. That was my sister. She understood me. Never once tried to infringe on what I was doing. She was always celebrating me, always happy for me. Same thing for her, with her when she decided to go for her theology degree. We were there for each other, supporting each other, being happy for each other. You know, she wasn't, well, you got books published, so you should be helping me, or you been on TV, so you can do that. She never once. She was always happy for me. Great friend. No, Sapphire Moon's great sister. That is my sister. Okay? Always. Like I said, you know, give me about 80 years and we can reunite, because I don't plan to meet my maker for the next 80 years, God willing. But love her. We'll always love her. Never judge me. She'd tell me off. Don't get me wrong. Listen, she wasn't a yes woman. She was not a yes woman. She would put me in my place if I was being unreasonable. And me too. I would do the same thing. I'm like, child, please. You know, and we would, you know. But that is who we were. Everybody's not going to be like that. You know, I have good friends. I have friends that, you know, and friends that I'm growing friendships with. Some of you on here, you know. And it's like, those who are really happy for you, they're going to celebrate you publicly and privately. Yeah, you have to be that way, you know. Like right now, I know she's probably looking down on me, and because there's something I want to do, and I've got a moment of hesitation in my mind, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to wake up tomorrow with a big old black and blue mark right here with her pinching me like she do. But you know, you cannot be concerned. There's several things I've learned in life lessons from being an entrepreneur. Other people's opinions of you do not matter. None of your business. You can't be worried about other people's opinions of you. You can't go counting what's in other people's checkbook or bank account or pockets. Can't do that. And as long as you are doing the best that you humanly possibly can to be authentic and real and serve the people you are meant to serve and fulfill your purpose and honor that purpose and those gifts that God gave to you, you'll struggle, because nobody's life is without a struggle, but you're going to get there. You're going to achieve those goals that you want. And you can't worry about the white noise, the background noise, and all that other stuff in the background. Like I'm talking to you guys right now. You said I don't care about the trucks and cars passing by. Okay, a little bit. I really good. You needed to hear this. Oh, good. I'm glad. My Cherie Amour. Thank you. That'll be $87.50. You can pay with PayPal. No, I'm kidding. But my thing is, you know, mine is a service business. So yes, I charge for my services, but if I can always impart some nuggets of knowledge to help the next person, that's not going to cost me anything. I bless people all the time, and it's not it's not conscious. You know, if it's something as simple as what's the best, we could talk about. I don't need no therapist. What kind of therapy? You do massage therapy, or do you do like this kind of therapy? Because if you need doing this kind of therapy, I ain't ready yet. I love you too. Mental health, I ain't ready yet. I'm in denial. I'm denying that I need some help, but I can recommend you some people. Definitely. But yeah, you know, it's just, even if it's as simple as the best payment processor, or what's the best hosting site, or what's the best tax attorney to turn to, or what's the best incubator program to grow my business, or, you know, I don't mind sharing that stuff, because when I started out, the internet wasn't as big as what it is today, and people weren't as forthcoming. It don't cost me nothing to be kind to somebody, you know. Now, if you want me to build you a blueprint and help you start and launch your company and help you grow, yeah, there's a cost for that. People pay me for that. You know? help you monetize and think of other ways to monetize your business. Then yeah, you know, there's a cost for that. But you know, it's just crazy that there's such a money, please. Listen, let me tell y'all something, and I don't plug, but I'm gonna plug right now. Actually, it's kind of a halfway plug. I wrote this article for Forbes, 2011, March 2011. If you Google my name and put in Forbes, it'll come up, Forbes magazine, and or if you put in, are you leaving? I'm sorry, my sister-in-law, y'all leaving? Oh, so then why you bothering me? See how she bothered me on doing business scopes? That's why I don't like her. I'm going to throw this tea on you. No, I'm not going to do that. Don't tell me why I said that. Anyway, if you Google my name and look up Forbes article, I wrote this article called No, You Can't Pick My Brain. And I also, yeah, we play like that all the time. And my sisters are here, so that's even worse. So we all get on her. And I wrote a book. I wrote the article. Okay, let me back up. I wrote the article in 2011. One Saturday morning, I had gotten up. Hey, Yolo Mitchell. Oh, my God, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello. Wrote this article one Saturday morning. I got up because everybody was coming at me from all different directions. I need to know how to do this. I want to do this. Can you help me do this? Can you help me do this? Well, I don't know how to research. Well, I don't know where to look. And I mean, just all whiny. You know, this is in 2011. So this one particular Saturday, I got up in the morning. I was upset, and I just had it on my spirit, like, okay, I don't want to flip out on people, but I need to express myself the best way that I can. And with me, I express myself through writing. That's what I do. I'm a writer. I write. So I wrote this article. Hi, Dynamic Tika. Wrote this article, No, You Can't Pick My Brain. And I banged off the article and everything. Didn't even proofread it. Just banged off, wrote everything I was feeling. I'm like, I'm tired of people picking my brain. My brain is my intellectual capital. That is my property. I'm tired of people. Can I take you to coffee so you can help me write a business plan? No, I charge for that. You know, can I take you to, for lunch so that way you can show me how to get investment dollars, get an investor for my business? No, I charge for that. So, and get mad when I say no. Well, I can set up a consultation. Well, I don't have to do the consultation. It's just, a couple of questions I have. I charge for that, So, banged off the article, sent it off, I hit send. My editor got the article. And I said, okay, I feel better now. I forgot, but I said, okay. Got up, called my sister, Drea, what you doing? Let's go shopping, whatever. We went out. Came back. I didn't even think about that article. Monday morning, as sure as my name is Adrian, I swear to my sister that I just buried. Monday morning, I got a phone call from my publicist. At that time, I had a publicist. I didn't need one. She's a friend of mine and also was an advisory board member, so she offered me her publicity services for free because she was my friend. I didn't ask her. She offered. And plus, we traded off stuff, you know, and referred clients. So anyway, she called me and she says, hey, what are you doing? I said, I'm checking email. Why? She said, have you looked online? Have you looked at Twitter? Have you looked at Facebook? I'm like, no, I didn't do it. It's only like 8:30. What? She said, you are blowing up. And I'm like, but I haven't said anything yet. I said, I usually get on and start tweeting stuff and people, you know, no, check. Hold on, check the thing. And literally was blowing up. That article went viral like overnight. And she was like, where's the book? I said, what book? She said, I know you're writing a book. I said, I'm not writing no book. I said, I was mad. I was upset. So I had to, you know, express myself. So I put it out there. I'm tired of people picking my brain. She said, girl, get on your book. I said, well, I have an outline for the book. And she said, use the art. You better write a book. So, all right. Hey, JJ Love. So, got online and spent like the next 2 weeks. I have the Google alerts. I had the Google alerts. So whenever somebody mentioned that article or my name, a ping would come up. And it got to be so much I had to turn it off at one point. So I spent like the next 2 weeks sending thank yous and writing responses. No, you can't pick my brain is the name of it. I'm sure if you go on Twitter, you can find it there. You can find it on Facebook. You can Google it, all that stuff. So I started writing the book. And I put myself down in shutdown mode. And then I stopped and I put it off to the side. And I said, I got other things to do. I write a book when I'm ready. I'm the type of person when I write books, and I have 5 books under my belt. When I write books, it has to be here. And I have to be ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. So I shelved it, went on with my business, all that other stuff, right? So in, in December of that year, the article started resurfacing again. That's when I tell you guys, let me give you a tip for passive income, what I love. And I hate when people talk about passive income because they used to talk about multi-level marketing and all this stuff. Let me say true passive income. That book is the gift that keeps on giving, because guess what? It's on barnesandnoble.com, it's on Amazon, and it's on my website. And every month, I get a check. Well, a deposit into my account, a residual check from the sales from that book, because somebody undoubtedly will be pissed off. Somebody will send them an article and say, you need to read this because people picking your brain and you need to stop being pissed off. And they'll read the article and I self-published my own books. And, you know, they'll say, oh my God, and they'll read the article. Oh my God, she has a book too. They'll go and they'll buy the book. It's the gift that is true residual income. I don't talk about the book. You don't see me on there peddling the book. I don't shop the book. It's not prominent on my Facebook or anything like that. All I do is when that indicator come up, such and such talking about, no, you can't pick my brain, I go and thank them. Humble thank you, because it is a humble thank you. I remind them that there's a book. They go, they buy the book, and that's it. So it's the gift that's true residual income. I don't have to work for that. So that's just a little side nugget. So anyway, so December of that year, they says, oh, you know, the article resurfaced and blah, 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 blah. And again, on the phone, did you write that book? And I'm like, I done told you about this book. She said, well, you shut everything down. You finished that book. I finished that book. The article, the article turned into a book. I had no intentions of writing a book. It was an article. Well, yeah. Yes, it does. In theory, yes, it does sell the book. In theory, yeah. I get what you were asking. Yeah. So in theory, the article sold because it's an evergreen topic. Every day there are people that feel that they're pushed to their limits because they feel people expect free information from them, and that they also, you know, well, you owe me. You should tell me how to do this. Show me how to do this. And they pick your brain and they think they're entitled to it. So that's an article that's evergreen and will always be relevant. And because it's relevant, it hits so mmany nerves and resonates with so many people that it's like, damn, she said what I was feeling. And then when they find out it's a book, they buy the book. So yeah, in essence, yeah, it does. It wasn't the intention, but yeah, in essence, it does sell the book. So when I I locked myself away for 6 weeks, and I wrote the book and released it February of 2012. And it's been selling ever since, you know, and it was unintentional. It's not that I set out to learn how to do it, but what I learned from that book, here's another lesson. See, you're always learning lessons. If you're open-minded and your spirit is open and receiving guidance and help, you'll always keep learning lessons. The lesson I learned from that book is it is the gift that keeps on giving, but I also learned how to monetize, because after that, people were writing me left and right. How did you get that to go viral? How did you sell so many? How did you do, you know? And I have been in magazines and articles and, you know, on TV and everything. How did you do? I said, all right. So I wrote a book, one after the other. Yes, exactly. God ordered that. That wasn't me. That I can't take credit for that. God did that because he just kind of like set it up for me, and I knocked it down. I just dominoed straight across. But the thing about it is, I wrote a book afterwards. It was a book in a course called The Business of Self-Publishing. And that's because I got tired of everybody asking me, how did you write the book? How did you get it to sell? Whatever. I did a private tour. I went to a couple of different cities, and we would do like an open forum, a Q&A, you know, like a night with Adrian. You know, this is your night. Pick my brain about everything business, everything entrepreneurship. And that was an opportunity. So the book turned into events. The book turned into a community. I've since taken the community down because it kind of petered off a little bit. And when I bring it back, I want it to be something where everybody really, I mean, I had video lessons in there. I had articles in there, all kind of good stuff. But I want it to be a community where I don't have to be in charge, if that makes sense. I want everybody to kind of sustain it themselves. But yeah, there was a membership community that started based on, you know, brain picking. It's called Brain Safe Community. What else did I do? I had a t-shirt line. That's it. Well, I still have the t-shirt line. I just don't publicize it. It's kind of like when people ask me about it, or if I do an event, I'll have some there. And I'll have the, you know, the No You Can't Pick My Brain and stuff like that. And free don't produce fees is another t-shirt. It's like 6 shirts in there that I have. But I monetized it. I monetized that one book, that article, excuse me. I monetized that one article with a course/book, with events, with a membership community, with an apparel line, a t-shirt line. And, you know, it's the gift that kept on giving. And I still get, even if I don't talk about it. I've done radio interviews about that book. I've done magazine articles. I've had people ask me to do workshops about that. You know, it just keeps on giving and giving. So what was my point? My point is, you may not see, something may seem insignificant in your business. Like, oh, well, I just did this because the book about publishing, it also led to that. It may seem insignificant, but you never know. You never know who you may touch with your words and your work. The Business of Self-Publishing. I think I took that off of, is it still on Amazon? It should still be on Amazon, because it's not just a book. It's a book, it's a series of videos, and a series of audios, MP3, sorry. So it's a whole package. But you know, you never know who you're touching with your words. And when people compliment me on Twitter or Facebook or wherever, Instagram, whatever, and I come back with a very humble thank you, it is a very humble thank you, because without you guys, without everybody who continues to acknowledge my work or find value, not even acknowledge, I don't even care if anybody publicly acknowledges me or not. That's not the goal here. When people find value in what I share, when they find value in my words and it's helped them to achieve something, that does something for me right here, because it lets me know that I did the right thing. At the time, it was selfish. I readily admit that, because I was pissed off. I got tired of people asking me, will you help me do this? I need this. I don't mind helping people, but damn, you know, it's like, and I'm one person, you know, but to know that my words have given people value. If you go on Twitter right now and look up, No You Can't Pick My Brain or whatever, one lady, I think I pinned it, I'll see if I can find it and repin it again. She was like, your article changed the entire way that I ran my business. She was like, you single-handedly gave me life with that article. You showed me how to, without even speaking to you, without even knowing anything about you, reading that article single-handedly turned the way that I did business. And I was like, okay, you know, for the longest time, I swear to you guys, I was like, what? But I was ranting, you know, and it was like I was trying to justify. I'm like, that was just a rant. I didn't really say anything of value. But people find value. And here's the thing, and this is just like a little side note on pricing. Like when you guys are looking to price, inspire me to keep writing. Yeah, please keep writing. Please keep writing. Yes, because I get burnt out. I stopped my show back in April, my radio show. I stopped writing. There hasn't been a blog post on my blog since September, August, whatever it is. I felt so uninspired to write, but going back and talking to people again and kind of getting through the stuff that I've been getting through over the last couple of weeks, I'm ready. That's why I'm back now doing a Mogul Chicks chat. Mogul Chicks is going to be the next new thing that I launch off as an offshoot from my thing, because I want to be able to, here's what I'm envisioning, guys. And I know I'm kind of, I sound like somebody else. Michelle, I know you know who I'm about to say, who I sound like. I get that ADD and I just veer off into another topic. Here's what I envision in a nutshell with Mogul Chicks chat. Mogul Chicks is us sitting around at a retreat. Get it? Yeah, you know. Having a cup of coffee, cup of tea, cup of hot chocolate, sitting by the fireplace, maybe 6, 7 years, Sapphire, when you know too. You know, having a cup of whatever and just getting down to business. And, you know, maybe a group of 10, maybe at most 15. I don't want it too big. Maybe in different cities so different people can have a chance. But sitting around locked away for a weekend and just hashing it out, talking it out. What's the next step for my business? What's the next plan? What's the next product I can release? What's the next service I can do? You know, who can I help next? How can I break the $1 million mark? How can I get on the shelves? How can I franchise my business? How can I go internet? You know, those kind of sister talk conversations that we can have as business owners. You know, where it's not just, okay, Adrian's the leader. Let's sit and wait for her to talk and say what, you know, tell us what we need to do. No, we all sit around and talk and guide and mentor and be of purpose to everybody. That's what my vision is for Mogul Chicks Chat. Making money too, yes, because, you know, if you don't make dollars, it don't make sense. But no, but getting together and just, what's the sense of being successful as a business owner if I can't help bring up other sisters too? You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a makeup artist, whether you're launching a shoe lines. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you from the heart that you find the value in this. But there's so many people on Scope today that like, look at me. I know this. I made $1 million. I did this. So what? Can you hold on to it? Can you turn that into wealth? Can you turn that into investments? I'd rather be cash poor and investment portfolio rich. Okay? Hit the hearts if you agree with that one. Okay? Let that sink in for a minute. I'd rather be cash poor but investment portfolio rich, okay? Because 2016, I done told some of my close friends already, this is going to be my $10 million year. And you know what? I have Empower Me. I have Curvy Girl Closet. I have Busy's Place. Real estate. Oh, yeah, by the way, I'm a licensed agent in the state of Florida, y'all. And I'm working on my license for California as well. You know, and I have my, that's right, 10 million. I claimed it. Speaking engagements. My communities, you know, Mogul Chicks Chat community, my books, all of that, you know, and I'm going to California, and I have a mentor. My mentor is, she's one of the co-founders of the Style Network. Remember the old Style Network that Esquire replaced because the men got mad and wanted their own channel, so they got rid of Style Network. She's one of the co-creators of that network, and she has been harassing me. When I say harassing me, y'all, to get on TV, and I see myself as an executive producer. I don't see myself, now listen, y'all ain't gonna see me on no Real Housewives of whatever city, state, whatever here. That ain't gonna happen because I don't do foolishness. I'm not doing no foolishness. What I say, Michelle, foolishness and effery. No, I'm sorry, effery and foolishness, that's what it is. I don't do the F and F, okay? Don't do that. But I see myself as an executive producer. Why can't we have a Shark Tank for women? Why can't we have a Shark Tank for people of color? You know, why can't we have a pitch competition for women of color, people of color? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I see, if I get, and I told her this, if I get on TV, I see myself in that capacity, in helping people. I don't want to, listen, it's very easy to give somebody $1. Okay? That dollar is going to serve that purpose for that moment, and it's going to solve their immediate problem right now. What about long term? What is that saying? You can give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. Thank you, Dynamic Tika. Now my nieces and my nephews are looking at me. Yeah, hi, get out. And see, when you make money, you can get rid of those little people. Turn them off. Hi, go away. But, you know, why not? If we're going to go on TV, like, if you guys watch The Prophet, it's on CNBC. Yeah, Michelle, that's Jaden and Aiden and my sister. They bother me. They're trying to get my attention. I told them I'm doing a business scope. But anyway, you know, never a dull moment in my life. But if you guys watch The Prophet, you see Marcus Lemonis. And every time, I swear to God, y'all, in Florida, they have Camping World. With the RVs and everything, we could buy or rent campers and everything. He's the founder of that company. He's like this multi-million-dollar, you know, company he has. And every time I drive past Camping World, I'm like, Marcus does his thing. I watch The Prophet every Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. I forgot what it is. It's on CNBC, but it repeats. And he gets in there and he comes into these companies, and he's kind of like Shark Tank meets. I don't know if you guys seen Tabitha Salon Takeover, when she used to do that on Bravo, where she would go into a salon, take it over, rework the way the salon works, get them back to profitability, and then give them their keys back after a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. Yeah, that's Marcus Lemonis. He does that, but the difference is, no gains. The difference is he's writing a check, okay? So I've watched this. We're on, season 3, I think we're on now. I have never seen a black-owned business. I've never seen a Hispanic-owned business on the show. I'm not making a political statement. I'm just saying that more of us would be more inclined to start aiming higher if they saw more of us on there showing them how to aim higher. That's all I'm saying. You know, you look at Shark Tank, we have Damon John. Now, Damon John, let me tell you something. I met him. Actually, he lives in the same neighborhood where my son's biological father grew up. I don't know him because we're kind of like I was hanging out there like the late 80s, early 90s. I was hanging out. My son's godfather grew up with LL Cool J, and I knew them and all that other stuff and blah, blah, blah. So I knew that part of Hollis. Not Damon John. You know, he came like after, like the next wave of people coming in. But I look at him and I look at his hustle. You know, people say, oh, the t-shirt guy, he started with t-shirts, whatever. He has a multi-million-dollar brand now. And he has crafted his image where he is no longer about the FUBU and Coogee or whatever the heck the name of his brands are now. He is a bona fide, certified brand specialist now. And he's doing the thing. And he's helping entrepreneurs. And I love it. And I love that he's on Shark Tank and he represents us. I love that Barbara Corcoran and Lori Greiner are on there representing us as women. But I don't get... Yeah, you need to get all 3 of his books. He was giving away the first 2... what are the first 2? Crap. I can't even look them up. The first 2 I have them on iPad. The Power of Broke is the new one. Yeah, I read the excerpt of that. I put that up on my business page on the Facebook page, Empower Me Facebook page. I put the excerpt of that up. Yeah, he's no joke. He built his brand from the ground up, and he wasn't afraid to work. He was talking about the other day, they have something on ABC called the Beyond the Tank. And he was talking to the little boy, Mose Bowes. I love that little dude. He's so, oh my God, I'm so proud of him. He was talking to him and took him back to Hollis with him and showed him, this is our house. This is where we used to live. He said, we didn't have money for a manufacturing plant. He said, we would have sleeping bags. The whole house was set up with sewing machines and all this other stuff. And we slept on the floor. And we got up in the morning and we went right to work. And we made sure we got our stuff done. That hustle. And who was it? Somebody said the other day, and I can't remember who it was, that entrepreneurship for the next wave, the kids that are coming up, is going to go extinct because kids today don't have that hustle. They don't want to work for it. They want everything handed to them. You know, they're on their iPads, they're on their games, their video games. They don't want to go out and shovel snow. Mario Armstrong, that's who said it. Mario said that. If y'all not following Mario Armstrong, y'all need to follow my boy. He is so, that's my dude. But he said it. He said they're not out there shoveling snow. They're not out there walking dogs. They're not out there cutting grass, mowing lawns, all that, because they feel like it's beneath. Microwave generation. They feel like it's beneath them. Now I'm going to tell you, I don't know about my nieces and nephew. I try to instill that in them, but my son is a straight up hustler. He don't play. He stayed with a job. He stayed with business. He stayed with working, and he's working his dream. You know, some of you go on my thing, you see he's a professional wrestler now. He ain't The Rock, but let me tell you, give him 5 years, because he keep his hustle going, you know. And a lot of kids don't want to do the work. They don't, because their parents are going to pacify them with iPads and computers and things like that. No, if you don't give them an iPad, teach them how to make money with that iPad. Teach them. Let them become little baby moguls. Come on now. You know, it's like, even if you have a 7-year-old and her gift is baking cupcakes, teach her. Yes, he is. Thank you, Jesus. That's God. That's not me. I can't take it. I raised him, but that's God, okay? Even if your 7-year-old knows how to make cupcakes, teach her how to make the best she can and monetize them damn cupcakes and make her some money. That's what we need to be doing. We need to get back to basics. Don't be consumers of apps. Build an app. There's something you're not seeing on the app store, then if you can't do it, partner with someone who has the technical know-how. You want to sit out there, you don't have a lawnmower, but you want to do landscape or whatever, partner with your little friend down the block. Get these kids start thinking. Who was it? God Made Mimi. Feel the niche. That's right. God Made Mimi. Kyla in St. Louis. I think she's in St. Louis. Her son, she was on doing a scope the other day. Her son goes to thrift shops. He buys sneakers. He paints them and resells them. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, what? Yes, that's what we need, more of those. We need more entrepreneurs and less consumers. Because I'm going to tell you, I get my stuff, I go, yeah. She was on there. He was on there with her, and he was showing some of his sneakers that he did. So I'm saying, you can go to the thrift shop, get sneakers for like $5 or whatever it is. And shoot, if it's the color of the day, you get 50% off. That's right. I know about those Goodwills there. I go to the ones in the high class neighborhoods. Get out of here. What? Yes, I got Coach. Yes, I got Fendi. Yes, I got all these other things. You know why? Because I don't pay full price for them. I go to the thrift shop. I go to Goodwill. In the rich people neighborhood, child, please. Listen, I got a Jimmy Choo bag. I went to this consignment shop that I researched this Jimmy Choo bag, and it's this white bag that I really, really wanted, and I had promised myself, this was the year before last, I had promised myself I was not going to shop, and my sister my sister's an agitator. You should get it. If you really want it, you should get it. I researched to see how much it retailed. It retailed for $875. You want to know how much I paid for that purse? $80. Okay, there you go. See what I'm saying? See, everybody wants to have the labels, but they want to make it look like they balling out. I'm very modest. You see, I'm wearing a sweater and some jeans right now. I don't care. I'm not trying to be all decked out, diamonds and all that other stuff. I have my stuff, but guess what? Number one, my bills were paid first. Number two, I don't pay full price. So, you know what I'm saying? So you have to learn. You know, I don't want to. That's somebody's mortgage. That's a trip to LA. Yeah, let's say a trip to LA. We'll pay $107 that I don't wear every day. You know, but I'm getting off topic. I digress. Anyway, but yes, I mean, I hope you guys got some good, valuable information from this. You can do it. I mean, my goal is let's build entrepreneurs, man. Let's build small businesses with staying power. Everybody can start a business. Not everybody can maintain a business. And I have a saying, and I put this up, and I think I'm going to put it up again today on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm under my name, Adrienne Graham. Twitter and Periscope is the only thing I'm talentdiva. But anybody can be a boss. Everybody can be a boss. Fewer people, what I said, anybody can be a boss. Not everybody can be a mogul, and even fewer can be a power broker. I find myself completely honest and authentic. I find myself between a mogul and a power broker. Only I say between because I humble myself, and I know that I have a lot of connections and I have a lot of reach, but I'm not there. There are people I can call and say, hey, make a connection and all that stuff like that. I'm not a rainmaker. That's what I'll say. I'm not a rainmaker yet. Well, I have made connections, but yeah, I'm humble. I'm not a power broker yet. I'm not gonna be facetious and say that. I'm a mogul. Yes, I'm a mogul. A boss. Anybody can be a boss. I get so sick of seeing that word boss. I'm a boss. And guess what? Bosses work for everybody else. You know, moguls build shit. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. See, I'm out here talking like this. I'm sorry, y'all, on the Lord's Day. But it's the truth. If I see the word boss one more time, I'm going to throw an egg at it or something. You know, be a mogul, build things, create jobs. Bosses think about themselves. I'm a boss. If you're a boss, you don't have to tell people you're a boss. Moguls create opportunities, not just for themselves, but other people. Power brokers make shit happen. That's all I'm saying. But if y'all liked what I had to share today, I appreciate it. And make sure you come back. I'm going to be doing Mogul Chicks Chat again. I don't know when. Probably this week when I have some more time. If there's some topics that you guys would like to see, let me know. I have no problem with talking about different topics. If you know people who would, you're welcome, who would appreciate and benefit from this, please share my handle with them. Tell them to follow Talent Diva on Periscope and on Twitter. Everywhere else, my name, Adrienne Graham. Yes, my Cherie, and you better come back to the garden. Well, I haven't been to the garden, but I'm coming back soon, so I hope you coming back to that too. But aside from that, yeah, keep in touch. Definitely, definitely keep in touch with everybody on here, and everybody follow everybody if you're not. I know you'll be back, Michelle. Bring your daughter. Let her come too. She's an entrepreneur in training. So, but yeah, whether you're a hairstylist or makeup artist or clothing designer or boutique owner or technology company or franchise, whatever it is, we all can learn from each other. And I have no problem with building a collective. I hope you guys tune into Mogul Chicks Chat. Actually, you can go to Mogul Chicks with an X. So Mogul, mogulchix.empowerme.org. And you can learn about that there. I haven't officially launched it yet, but go ahead and check it out. And of course, empowerme.org. You can see all my archives, my blogs and radio shows and all that stuff. And I'll let you know when I come back to my show, because I have a lot to say lately. So I'm getting back to normal, still grieving in my own way, but I'm getting back to normal. In 2016, let's do it. It's the year to break 10 million for me. It's the year to make moguls. That's what it is. So as I rise, I want you guys to rise with me. And now I got to go because my sister's about to go to the airport. And I got to go say goodbye to them and call them heifers and all this other stuff like I always do. But I will see you guys later.